What's going on, everybody? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the DC Collectibles Batman Arkham City Mr. Hammer and Harley Quinn action figure set. This is a two-pack from DC Collectibles based on the characters from Arkham City. I believe this two-pack came out either, I think it was last year. I believe this is based on her look from the Harley Quinn's Revenge, I believe. Spoiler alert, after the Joker died. And he is just based on his original Mr. Hammer is the just his original look right there. Sorry for the glare, I gotta have my my lighting right there. But it's a pretty cool set. I mean, basically it's giving you a chance to get the DLC Harley Quinn, and it's giving you a chance to get a new character, Mr. Hammer, and his brother Sickle was in the other two-pack with Penguin. But nice packaging, nice window box display right here. It's kind of got the peel back DC logo right there. On the side you can see a picture of Mr. Hammer and Harley Quinn. On the back it's the other figures available, which is Bane and Batman. I'd actually eventually like to pick up this two-pack because I don't have this version of Bane. Not my favorite look for Bane. I actually like the Arkham Origins look a lot better. But still, I would like to get this figure because I didn't have the chance to get the original where he's all crouched over, and I think this is the better one between the two. Then the other figures are Mr. Penguin and Sickle, or Mr. Penguin. I kept doing it in the last review too. Penguin and Sickle, and I just did that review. It would have been a lot better if we would have just got Mr. Hammer and Sickle in a two-pack. I think they would have probably sold more. But I understand they're probably trying to stretch out as many characters and as much money as they can out of these two-packs. So there you go. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I've been talking for quite a while. You're probably like, shut up and just take out the friggin' figures. All right, so I'll be right back with the Mr. Hammer and Harley Quinn out of packaging. Just hold on. Okay, and here we have Mr. Hammer and Harley Quinn out of packaging. And I got to say, they look pretty cool. Definitely not the best on articulation, but I'll get to that in a minute. But that's not why... I mean, you know what you're getting yourself into with DC Collectibles, mostly with articulation. I mean, you're paying for the sculpt and the detail, and that's where it's at with these figures. And we've known. I'm pretty sure we've all known that for years. I mean, I've known that because I've done so many reviews of these guys. But yeah, these are also. Older DC Collectibles figures. I believe with some of the newer ones, they are giving us more articulation and still the same detail and still the same sculpt. So, but sculpt-wise, she looks fantastic. I mean, they did a really knock this thing right out of the park with the sculpt. As far as some paint, I can see a little bit of a paint application error right here. It looks like there's some bleeding through of some red on this side. Not the biggest deal in the world, but it would have been nice for that not to be there. It's probably just a QC issue. Also with these figures, to be, just so you guys know, I'm not sure with her. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have any clear peg joints, but he does in the crotch region and the arm. He has a clear peg, so the little bar going across his connecting his legs to his abdomen, it's a clear peg that they're very brittle, so be very careful when moving these around. And also in this arm, since he only has one arm, there's also a clear peg joint there as well. I believe the head also might have a clear peg. I'm pretty sure it does, but I could be mistaken. I'm not going to try and take the head off to show you, but because it might snap off, who knows. But I just wanted to let you guys know about that, especially with larger figures, and this is not quite a deluxe figure, but it is a larger figure, as you can see right here standing up next to Harley Quinn. She runs around 7 inches tall, and he's much taller than that. So shorter than Killer Croc, but taller than your average 7-inch figure. But taking a look at Harley Quinn here, I wanted to point out, I've seen in other reviews actually. Let me just get him out of here because the camera's trying to focus on him. Her hair is not articulated, so don't try and twist it. I've seen a couple reviews where guys started twisting this and thought it was, oh, this is articulated, and it popped off, and then they had to re-glue it. So just don't mess with those. If you're going to turn the head, just turn the head using this. That's what I always do with my figures. I use the forehead to move my figures. It's just kind of a precaution. I can't talk today, for God's sake. A precaution because you just really, you don't want to break a brand new figure. I guess the paint is coming a lot more pale on camera than it is in hand. It looks a lot better in hand than on camera right now. But like I said, the sculpting and the paint is where it's at with these figures. This is really where it's at, and she's her counterpart, her Arkham Asylum counterpart, is a little bit tougher to stand, and sometimes she's a little wobbly, but if you lean her just right, she'll stand perfectly. There's also a little bit of a gapping issue in the back portion right there, but not too bad. But as far as sculpt goes, I'm just going to give you guys a quick close-up, and also close-up of her tattoo here. Come on, focus. There we go. As you can see, it's kind of the Harley Quinn Joker card, and it wraps all the way around her arm there. Looks good. This is actual real chain. This is a separate piece here, just a plastic piece, and there's also the other tattoo right there. Let me focus in on that. It's like a deck of cards. I can't remember. I think that might be the Joker on there. I can't remember. I think it says something also. I can't remember. But even the little thong right here on both sides is actually sculpted in. So that's really cool. Definitely a really nice looking figure. But I'll do some comparisons in a little bit. Her boots are fully sculpted and everything. As far as her articulation goes, her head does swivel side to side. It doesn't really look up and down, so it just swivels. Can do a full 360 rotation if you wanted to. Her arms go up about that far. They do go down. Full 360 rotation. She does not have. She does have a bicep swivel. Excuse me. A single bend at the elbow, and be very careful with these elbows. I've seen some of these snap off at the joint right here at this piece snapping. So be careful. Be aware of that. She does have a wrist rotation, and that's it. No waist articulation of any kind. She's kind of just sculpted it in that way. Her legs do go forward about that far, and they do go back about that far. She's got upper boot swivel and a single bend at the knee, and that's it. No ankle articulation. She's pretty much just a statue. That's what she's meant to be. So we'll just set her aside, and we'll get to Mr. Hammer, the real reason probably why you want this 2-pack. And like I said, he's a much larger character, so I had to back up the camera a little bit. But taking a look at his face sculpt, it looks very menacing, very creepy, and I have a phobia of two things in life: sharks and clowns. I just don't like them. They're creepy. Sharks just scare the crap out of me. But he's got this, it's sort of like a painted tattoo. It's not an actual tattoo, a real tattoo like his chest piece is, but this is just kind of like a painted on Joker symbol, letting everybody know, I work for the Joker. And obviously the face is very nicely done. Good paint detail going throughout the green and the hair here, the clown hair, and then the nose. I mean, you're really getting some good paint detail, especially over here on the wrist. All throughout the pants, there's different paint shading, black paint shading going throughout here. Even on the feet wrappings. He does have one peg hole at the bottom of the foot. And it just looks really good. I mean, they got the dirt, the grime of his feet, like he's been walking on dirty floors. Really nice scarring right here. I like that he's got different scarring than his brother. It looks like his brother's got a lot more scarring than he does. Like his brother's been through a lot more battles than he has. But really, this tattooed chest piece looks really well done. They did a very good job on that. I think it looks really cool, and it wraps around towards the back. And they even have some paint shading, some like pink or purple paint shading going throughout the crevices of his back to kind of give it that skin, that real skin feel, kind of like what they did right here with the scarring, but throughout the back, kind of like he's got a little bit of dirt on him. I'm not sure if these little brown marks are QC issues. That's what I'm assuming they might be, but you could also pass it off as, I guess, some sort of dirt or something on his back. But he looks really good. It says ACKG on his pants. Looks really, really cool. Let me just get another close-up of his tattoo here. Really, really nicely done. Get one more. I get a close-up of his face too. Looks just so creepy. Ugh. And he does come with a hammer. It's nicely detailed, and there he goes, falling over. Hope he's not broken. There we go. Really big hammer, which is accurate to the game because he wields a very large hammer. And his hammer just you kind of slide it right into his hand like so. The hammer is very heavy, so sometimes it can get this arm to wobble a little bit. But with mine, I've seen others that are the elbow joint up here is much looser. On mine, it's pretty stiff, so I don't have that issue. But it looks pretty good, and I'll just bring in his brother Sickle here to kind of give it a little side-by-side reference look to how the twin brothers would look. As you can see, the scarring is much different on these two, which is a really nice touch, kind of like they were attached. Like, I'm not sure how they would be attached here, but attached like so. But just set him outside. As far as his articulation goes, let me just get this big hammer out of here. His head does swivel side to side, and just pretty much a swivel. Oh no, it does look up a little bit, and it does look down, which is nice for a big guy to be able to look down. His arms go up about that far, and they do go down. Can do a full 360 rotation, bicep swivel, single bend at the elbow, wrist rotation, waist swivel. He's got the T-jointed hips, which go out. Well, actually, he kind of has wide-jointed hips a little bit because they want to go forward only about that far, and they don't really go back. He's got the single knee bend and a swivel at the knee. He also has a swivel at the ankle, and that's it. So no ankle articulation at all. But he does stand okay. There's a little bit of warpage in his knee, but he still stands. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. I do like it. I mean, it's a pretty nice set, and there's the two brothers standing next to each other, and I'll bring in Harley right in the front. And let me pause this, and I'll do a quick Harley reference or Harley comparison. Okay, really quick, I'll just show this, and I think still this is my favorite Harley. This is from Arkham Asylum, this being from Arkham City. I think this is probably the better one to go with. That's the one I would go for. But if you have to get this 2-pack, this is still a nice Harley. And I would definitely still, I mean, it's just not a bad figure. I just prefer this look better. So there you go with that. Final verdict on this 2-pack. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would. Should it have come with sickle and hammer and that's it? Yes, it should have. But yeah, it's still a good 2-pack, and you're getting a different Harley, and you're getting a new character here. So it's not as bad as the Penguin Sickle one. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Would I recommend this? Yes, I would. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.